Imagine a disease so terrifying, so swift, that it could turn a bustling, vibrant city into a ghost town in a matter of weeks. A disease that didn't just kill, but did so in a way that drained the very life out of its victims, leaving them as pale, shrunken husks of their former selves. This isn't a horror movie. This is the story of cholera. Our story begins in the early 1800s, in the delta of the Ganges River in India. For centuries, a bacterium called Vibrio cholerae had lived relatively quietly in the local waters. But as global trade and travel exploded, so did its reach. By 1817, the first global cholera pandemic was underway. It spread from India, across Asia, to the Middle East and into Russia, carried along trade routes by unsuspecting merchants, soldiers, and pilgrims. This was just the beginning. Throughout the 19th century, pandemic after pandemic swept across the globe. It hit London, Paris, New York. No major city was safe. They called it the Blue Terror because of the ghastly bluish-gray tint that a victim's skin would take on due to severe dehydration. The symptoms were horrific. Relentless vomiting and diarrhea so severe that a person could lose liters of fluid in a single day. Without treatment, death could come in less than 24 hours. People would wake up healthy in the morning and be dead by nightfall. It was sheer panic, so what was causing this? For decades, nobody knew. The prevailing theory was miasma, the idea that disease was spread by bad air or foul smells rising from swamps and refuse. Cities stank, so it seemed logical. But a British physician named John Snow wasn't convinced. During a devastating outbreak in London in 1854, Snow did something revolutionary. He didn't just treat patients, he mapped them. He marked every cholera death in the Soho district on a map and noticed a terrifying cluster all centered around one particular public water pump on Broad Street. He investigated and found that the water from this pump was contaminated with sewage from a nearby leaky cesspit. He persuaded the local council to do something that seemed crazy at the time: remove the handle from the pump. And just like that, the local outbreak ground to a halt. John Snow had proven it. Cholera wasn't in the air, it was in the water. Snow's discovery was a monumental turning point, not just for cholera, but for all of public health. It was the birth of modern epidemiology. It forced cities around the world to confront a disgusting truth they had long ignored. Their drinking water was often contaminated with their own waste. This revelation sparked a sanitation revolution. Massive engineering projects began, building the sewer systems, water treatment plants, and public health infrastructure that we often take for granted today. Millions of lives were lost to cholera, a truly staggering number. But its grim legacy is also one of progress. It taught us a lesson we can never forget: that access to clean water and sanitation isn't a luxury. It is the absolute foundation